Here's a wake-up call for all of us. In the rush of life, we've lost sight of the happiness hidden in everyday moments. That euphoric feeling when you discover a new song that speaks to your soul. The unexpected delight when a stranger's pizza recommendation turns out to be a hidden gem. It's the first sip of coffee in the morning, when the world is still quiet and full of possibility. You can find these small joys everywhere, if you look for them. The path to happiness isn't always about making changes in your life. Sometimes it's just a matter of changing your perspective. Slow down and discover magic in the mundane, beauty in the everyday. The healthier you become, the pickier you are about who's in your life. As you grow and heal, you start to see things differently. You recognize patterns you didn't before. You start to notice who lifts you up and who drags you down, who celebrates your success and who seems threatened by it, who respects your boundaries and who ignores them. Although you might have fewer connections, they become much stronger, more authentic, more supportive. A small, mighty squad beats a crowded room of half-hearted acquaintances any day. Stop wondering if it's too late. Too late for what? To learn a new skill? To chase that dream you've been putting off? To rebuild yourself? Stop wondering if you missed your chance. As long as you're breathing, it's never too late. All that stands between you and your goals is the narrative you keep telling yourself about why you won't make it. Act instead of comparing. Here's what no one tells you about progress. Life isn't a straight line. It's more like a dance. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Some days, you'll conquer the world. On other days, just waking up is a victory. Progress isn't always visible. Sometimes it's happening beneath the surface. Celebrate the steps forward and learn from the steps back. The more we work on ourselves, the less we accept things that hold us back. As you grow, as you learn to value yourself, something changes. You start noticing the subtle ways people cross your boundaries. Things you used to tolerate are now less tolerable. You start to realize you deserve better. Fitting in isn't even the point anymore. It's about belonging to yourself first. The problem is not with your patience, it's self-respect you're running into. That's something to celebrate. Be selective about who you let into your success story. Success is like a spotlight. Not only does it illuminate you, but it also reveals those around you. Some people will cheer you on, genuinely happy for your success. But be prepared for others to surprise you with their reaction. Jealousy can wear a friendly mask. Not everyone deserves a front-row seat to your achievements. Share selectively, keep your circle tight, and your wins close. Your painful past isn't a license to inflict pain on others. There is validity to your pain. The trauma you experienced is real, but that doesn't mean you can use the world as an emotional punching bag. Your trauma explains your behavior, but it doesn't excuse it. You are solely responsible for your own healing and growth. It's not fair, but it's the reality. Remember this, you are not defined by your trauma, but by how you respond to it. Become the person your past self desperately needed. If you grew up in an unsupportive environment, you need to create that safe, accepting space for yourself. If your past was a place of silence, of stifled creativity, of disconnection, you have the power to change that now. The experiences of our childhood shape us, but they don't have to define us. It's impossible to erase the past, but we can choose to create a better present and a more promising future. Give yourself permission to speak up, to create wildly, to connect deeply. You deserved that safety then. You deserve it now. Healing starts with you creating the space you always longed for. Stop sleepwalking through life. Appreciate each day as a gift, not a given. We take each sunrise for granted, assuming there's always a tomorrow. Your heartbeat, your breath, and your consciousness aren't just biological functions. They're daily blessings. Even our struggles are a sign that we're still in the game. So wake up. Really wake up. Smell the coffee. Feel the sun. Hug your loved ones a little tighter. Because today, this very moment, is the only guarantee we have. Don't wait for life-changing events to start appreciating life. There's an often overlooked truth about life. Not all pain goes away. Sometimes, we just become better at dealing with it. We're often told that time heals all wounds, but that's not entirely true. Some pains, some losses, some heartbreaks, they stick with us. You may be grieving a loved one or an unfulfilled dream, or you may be recovering from a childhood wound that has never fully healed. These are more than just memories. They influence who we are. We may long for the pain to disappear, but instead, we learn to bear it gracefully. We find ways to move forward, integrating the pain into our lives without letting it overshadow our joy. Just because the pain persists doesn't mean you've failed at healing. It can become a source of strength and wisdom. When the ache won't leave, know that your fight matters and you're tougher than you think. Our toughest times often reveal our hidden strengths. They say if you love someone, you stick by them no matter what. What if I told you that's not always true? What if sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back? You shouldn't be sacrificing your well-being for someone else's comfort. Sometimes love means loving from a distance. It can mean wishing someone well without participating in their drama. It can mean supporting their growth without being their crutch. Our instinct is often to cling, to try and fix, to always be present. The most loving act is to step back and allow both parties room to grow. You can hold someone in your heart without holding their hand. You can hope for their happiness without being responsible for creating it. Your love isn't determined by your proximity. It's reflected by your genuine wish for their well-being, even if that well-being doesn't include your constant presence. Your environment shapes you more than you might realize. You absorb the energy, the attitudes, the habits of those around you. Seek out those who challenge you, who inspire you, who make you want to level up. Great people introduce you to new ideas, new opportunities. They see potential in you that you might not even see in yourself. Take stock of your circle. Are these the people who will help you become the best version of yourself? Remember, greatness is contagious. Put yourself in its path and watch how it transforms your life. Everyone needs support. Mental health isn't always visible. Emotional pain doesn't always show on the surface. In fact, the people who seem the strongest could be the ones carrying the heaviest burdens. Check in on your strong friends, your successful colleagues, your put-together family members. Ask how they're really doing. Offer support, not because they look like they need it, but because everyone needs it sometimes. We all deserve to be cared for, no matter how put together we might appear. Love, in its purest form, should be freely given. Real, healthy love doesn't demand that you diminish yourself. It doesn't require you to walk through fire. Why should love, something so fundamental to human happiness, come with a price tag of pain? Love should add to your life, not subtract from it. If you find yourself believing that you need to suffer to be loved, ask yourself, Is this really love, or is it a pattern I've been conditioned to accept? It's okay to miss someone and still know they don't belong in your life anymore. Relationships are like seasons. Some are long, some are short, but all serve a purpose in our growth. It's natural to miss the good times, to remember shared laughter and experiences. But missing someone doesn't automatically mean you need to rekindle the relationship. Appreciate the memories, but also recognize that it's okay if that relationship has run its course. You're not obligated to keep people in your life forever. You're allowed to outgrow relationships. You're allowed to choose peace over familiarity. The fastest way to know if something will work for you